It's a Friday night in San Isidro, a quiet city where everyone knows everyone. Lucia Mendez, a 25-year-old architecture student, steps out of a lively party, waves goodbye to her friends, and promises to text them when she gets home. But hours later, her phone goes dead, her trail vanishes, and an entire community is thrown into chaos. Was it a kidnapping, a crime of passion, or something far more sinister? Welcome to Crime File, where today we're diving deep into the case that gripped thousands and 7 years later finally has an answer. Stick around until the end, because the truth about what happened to Lucia will leave you speechless. Buckle up, this one's gonna hook you. Act 1. The Disappearance. Lucia Mendez was the kind of person who lit up a room. At 25, she was on the verge of graduating as an architect with a loving family and a tight-knit group of friends. On September 14, 2018, she went to a party at the Lighthouse, a popular bar in downtown San Isidro. Friends said she was in high spirits, laughing, dancing, snapping selfies. At 11:47 p.m., she texted her best friend, Clara, "Heading home. I'm wiped. Talk tomorrow." But she never made it. Timeline of the night. Lucia left the bar alone around 11:50 p.m. A security camera on Central Avenue caught her at 12:03 a.m. walking with her phone in hand. By 12:15 a.m., her phone was off. No social media activity, no bank transactions, nothing. Her family, worried after she didn't answer calls, reported her missing at 8 a.m. the next day. Initial clues. Police found Lucia's scarf in an alley 2 blocks from the bar. No blood or signs of a struggle, but to find was how Lucia was meticulous about her belongings. A late night delivery driver reported seeing a woman matching Lucia's description arguing with a man near a black car in the alley. The man seemed agitated. The driver couldn't see his face. Friends confirmed Lucia wasn't drunk or acting off, ruling out her getting lost or disoriented. Who was this man? Why would cautious Lucia walk alone down a dark alley? The police were stumped, but digging into her personal life opened a Pandora's box. Act 2. The Suspects and Initial Investigation. Lucia's disappearance became a media frenzy. Headlines screamed, "Where is Lucia Mendez?" And San Isidro buzzed with rumors. A police interviewed everyone close to her, and 3 suspects quickly emerged. Suspect 1, Marcos, the ex-boyfriend. Marcos, 27, dated Lucia for 2 years. But their breakup 2 months earlier was messy. Friends said he couldn't let go, bombarding her with calls and texts. On the night of the disappearance, Marcos was at a bar 3 blocks from the Lighthouse. He claimed he was with friends until 1 a.m. But no one could confirm when he left in his interrogation. Marcos was jittery, insisting he loved Lucia and would never hurt her. But a text he sent her a week earlier raised red flags. "You won't forget me that easily." Key clue. Forensics found fibers from Lucia's scarf in Marcos's car trunk. Key said they were from months ago when they were still together. But why were they in the trunk? Suspect 2, Diego, the party stranger. Diego, a 30-year-old who crashed a party, was a friend of a friend nobody really knew. He had a rap sheet, including assault, a reputation for being pushy with women. A security camera caught him leaving the Lighthouse minutes after Lucia. His alibi, T, went straight home, but he lived alone, and no one could vouch for him. A neighbor reported seeing a black car like Diego's near the alley around midnight. A friend at the party said Diego looked pissed when Lucia brushed him off. Key clue. Diego's past and his proximity to the crime scene made him a prime suspect. Was he the man in the alley? The police were determined to find out. Suspect 3, Clara, the best friend. Clara, 24, was Lucia's best friend and the last person to get a text from her. But her story didn't add up. She gave conflicting accounts of their time at the party and acted evasive in interrogations. Friends hinted Clara was jealous of Lucia's success and popularity, with some suggesting an unhealthy fixation. Key clue: a witness placed Clara near the alley at 12:10 a.m. But she insisted she never left the bar until later. Plus, she deleted messages from her phone from that night. Was Lucia's best friend hiding something big? Her lies and that sighting near the alley raised serious doubts. 3 suspects, 3 conflicting stories, and no solid evidence. The media circus didn't help, and the pressure was mounting. But 2 weeks later, a hiker's discovery in a forest changed everything. Act 3. The unexpected twist. 2 weeks after Lucia vanished, a hiker found a bag in the Eagle Forest 20 miles from San Isidro. It was Lucia's. Inside was a handwritten note that sent chills down investigators' spines. If you're reading this, it's already too late. The note, scrawled in shaky black ink, was a mystery. Was it Lucia's? The killer's? New clues. Forensic tests found DNA on the note, but it didn't match Marcos, Diego, Clara, or anyone in the police database. A massive forest search turned up a silver earring Lucia wore that night, 100 yards from the bag, but no body, no blood, no other traces. A forest ranger reported seeing a black car speeding out of the woods at 2 a.m. on September 15th, matching Diego's car description, but also countless others. The anonymous stalker. Police dug into Lucia's social media and found creepy messages from an anonymous account that had been stalking her for weeks. "I'm watching you. Don't trust anyone. You'll understand soon." The account was traced to a public library 2 blocks from Clara's house, reigniting suspicions about her, but she denied any connection. Was this stalker a 4th player, or was one of the suspects playing a twisted double role? Emerging theories. Theory 1. Organized crime. San Isidro's proximity to a major highway led some to believe Lucia was taken by a trafficking ring, as similar cases had occurred nearby. Theory 2. Crime of passion. Marcus's obsession and Diego's rejection pointed to personal motives. Theory 3. Clara's secret. Clara jealousy and lies suggested she might not be acting alone. In 2020, a private investigator hired by Lucia's family uncovered a grainy gas station security video from the night she vanished 20 miles from the forest. At 2:17 a.m., a black car pulled up with a blurry figure, possibly a woman in the passenger seat. Was it Lucia, trapped but alive? The footage was too unclear to confirm, and it only deepened the mystery. Act 4. Conclusion and open questions. For 7 years, Lucia Mendez's case remained unsolved. Marcos, Diego, and Clara were questioned repeatedly, but no charges were filed. The anonymous stalker was never identified. The note and earring were the only physical clues, leading nowhere. Lucia's family refused to give up. Her mom held annual vigils, and her brother ran a website for tips. Theories ranged from organized crime to Lucia fleeing for a new life. The darkest. The culprit was still in San Isidro, blending in, waiting to strike again. The final bombshell. In March 2025, an anonymous user posted a blurry photo on a true crime forum showing a woman who looked eerily like Lucia at a cafe thousands of miles from San Isidro. She wore an earring identical to the one found in the forest. Investigators couldn't confirm it was her, and the lead went cold, leaving Lucia's family clinging to hope. Act 5. The ending. The truth revealed. In June 2025, a breakthrough changed everything. A construction crew working near the Eagle Forest unearthed a shallow grave hidden beneath a pile of rocks. Inside were human remains, later identified through dental records as Lucia Mendez. The autopsy revealed she had been killed the night she vanished, with evidence pointing to blunt force trauma. But the real shock came from a new piece of evidence, a small keychain found with the remains, graved with the initials CV, Clara's initials. Police reopened the case and brought Clara in for questioning. Under intense pressure, she broke down and confessed. Clara admitted she had lured Lucia to the alley under the pretense of needing to talk, driven by years of jealousy and resentment over Lucia's success and popularity. The argument escalated, and in a fit of rage, Clara struck Lucia with a heavy object, killing her. Panicked, Clara enlisted Diego, who owed her a favor, to help dispose of the body in the forest. The anonymous stalker account. Clara created it to throw off the investigation, using the library's computers to cover her tracks. The note in the bag was her attempt to make it seem like Lucia had been targeted by a stranger. Marcos, it turned out, was innocent, his obsession with Lucia a tragic coincidence. Diego was charged as an accessory, but Clara was the mastermind. In July 2025, Clara was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Lucia's family finally had closure, but the pain of betrayal cut deeper than the loss itself. San Isidro will never be the same, haunted by the truth that the person closest to Lucia was the one who took her life. Thanks for joining us on this heartbreaking journey through the case of Lucia Mendez. The truth was more devastating than anyone could have imagined, but it's finally out. If you liked this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. This is One Crime File, reminding you, sometimes the truth is closer and more painful than you think. See you in the next case.